There's a kind of quiet power that comes from being unbothered. In a world full of noise, drama, and constant emotional reactions, mastering the art of stillness, of not reacting, is a superpower. And if there's any philosophy that has truly mastered this art, it's Stoicism. This is not just about pretending not to care. It's about learning how to respond rather than react, to stay centered even when chaos surrounds you. Because here's the truth, not everything deserves your energy. And in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to stay unbothered, how to deal with people who test you, and how to rise above emotional nonsense like a true Stoic. Let's begin. 1. Stop telling people what you're about to do. Most people tend to overshare their plans. Whether it's starting a business, hitting the gym, or pursuing a passion project, there's often a strong urge to tell friends, family, or even acquaintances. It feels good. People clap, cheer you on, and give you premature validation. But here's the danger. The more you talk about what you're going to do, the less energy you have to actually do it. Talking gives you a false sense of accomplishment. Your brain gets the dopamine hit that should have come after taking action, just from the praise you receive for merely having an idea. This is especially problematic when you're in the early stages of growth. At that point, your ideas are fragile. Sharing them too soon can expose you to criticism, doubt, or worse, envy. Not everyone wants to see you win. Some will subtly discourage you, not out of wisdom, but out of fear that your success might highlight their mediocrity. Also, when you vocalize your intentions constantly, you become predictable. And when people know your every move, they can manipulate, distract, or sabotage you, sometimes unintentionally. Think about how often people say things like, "Are you still working on that thing?" Or "Didn't you say you were going to do XYZ?" These comments can plant seeds of doubt or pressure you into justifying delays, even if your process is perfectly on track. Instead, stay quiet. Work in silence. Let your results speak for themselves. Real power moves don't need a pre-announcement. When you emerge with something solid, a business, a new physique, a skill, people won't need an explanation. They'll see it. This keeps you focused, keeps your plans safe, and shields your progress from unnecessary noise. 2. Stop explaining yourself. One of the fastest ways to lose your peace is by trying to explain yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. As men, especially those walking the path of self-mastery, it's important to understand that not every decision you make needs to be justified. Not everyone is owed an explanation. When you constantly feel the need to explain your thoughts, your choices, or your lifestyle, you're giving people permission to question your identity. You're placing your self-worth in their hands, and once they feel they can challenge you, they will, often just to assert control. Explaining yourself can also be a form of seeking validation. You want others to approve your actions, your beliefs, your choices. But the moment you depend on external approval, you've already compromised your power. You're now living to satisfy their expectations rather than your own values. This is emotional slavery. You can't build inner peace or stoic strength if you're constantly bending to opinions, criticisms, or judgments. Also, most people don't actually want an explanation. They want an argument. They want to test your certainty, not understand your logic. If you're trying to better your life, cut off toxic people, or stay disciplined, they'll say you've changed. They'll challenge your silence, your boundaries, your ambitions. But why waste time explaining growth to people who are comfortable being stuck? A man on his mission moves with quiet certainty. If you made a decision after honest reflection, that's all that matters. Let your actions prove your direction. Let your life show your values. If someone truly respects you, they won't need a 5-minute monologue to understand your decisions. They'll feel it in how you carry yourself. Steady, confident, and unbothered. Your peace comes from knowing who you are. You don't need to explain that to anyone. 3. Master your reactions. The way you react to situations defines your strength far more than the situations themselves. You can't always control what happens to you. People will disrespect you, circumstances will challenge you, life will throw chaos your way. But what you can control and must control is how you respond. Mastery over your reactions is the foundation of emotional discipline. And emotional discipline is the core of masculinity and stoic power. Most men react impulsively. Someone insults them, they lash out. Things don't go as planned, they panic or spiral. But reacting emotionally means you're letting the outside world dictate your internal state. You're giving power to the very thing that's trying to disturb your peace. And that's weakness. True strength is being able to remain centered in the midst of chaos. To hear something offensive and not flinch. To feel anger rise and still stay composed. To see the storm and walk through it without folding. Now, this doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. Stoicism isn't about being numb. It's about being in control. It means you feel the emotion, but you choose your response. Instead of yelling, you respond with silence. Instead of arguing, you walk away. Instead of getting dragged into drama, you observe it like a distant observer. This level of calm doesn't make you soft. It makes you untouchable. It intimidates the undisciplined because they can't manipulate you or provoke you. Think about it. If someone can push your buttons anytime they want, you're not in control. They are. But when you master your reactions, you reclaim your power. You send a clear message. You can say whatever you want. You can act however you want. But I choose how I respond. That's self-command. That's unshakable peace. Remember, every reaction is a choice. The more deliberate your responses, the more sovereign your life becomes. 4. Protect your time and energy. Your time and energy are your most valuable currencies. They are limited, non-renewable, and once wasted, gone forever. Yet most people spend them carelessly. They give their attention to meaningless drama, spend hours arguing with people who don't matter, and get emotionally involved in situations that drain them. A man who wants to remain unbothered must become ruthless about protecting his time and energy, because where your focus goes, your life follows. You must realize this. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not every invitation needs a response. Not every argument needs your participation. Your peace is more important than being right. Your focus is more important than being heard. When you understand the value of your inner world, you stop entertaining anything that disrupts it. That means saying no without guilt. That means walking away from people who constantly bring chaos. That means distancing yourself from environments that exhaust you instead of empower you. This doesn't just apply to people, it applies to how you use your time too. Scrolling endlessly on your phone, gossiping, watching useless content, overthinking about things you can't control. All of it steals your mental energy. And the worst part? You don't even notice the damage until it piles up. You feel tired, anxious, unfocused. Not because you did too much, but because you gave your energy to the wrong things. Start treating your time and energy like a vault. Guard it. Be selective. If someone or something doesn't bring you clarity, growth, peace, or purpose, let go. You owe it to yourself. High-value men are not available to everything and everyone. They know their attention is sacred. They use it to build, to grow, to evolve. That's why they stay unbothered, because they don't give access to the things that would disturb their peace in the first place. The truth is, emotional mastery requires boundaries. And boundaries are not about keeping people out. They're about keeping your peace in. 5. Detach from outcomes. One of the most powerful ways to remain unbothered is to detach yourself from the outcomes of your actions. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you become passive or lazy. It means you give your best and then let go of the need to control what happens next. Most people suffer emotionally because they obsess over things they can't control. They attach their self-worth to results. If they succeed, they feel good. If they fail, they feel like they're not enough. This kind of mindset makes you a slave to external validation. And whenever the outcome doesn't match your expectations, it wrecks you. You feel frustrated, anxious, disappointed. Not because of the situation itself, but because you tied your identity to how it turned out. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means inner freedom. It means you show up fully, take action with purpose, but you don't let the results define your peace. A Stoic man understands this deeply. He focuses on what he can control, his thoughts, his behavior, his discipline, and lets go of everything else. He knows that trying to control the uncontrollable is a waste of energy. Whether it's how someone reacts, how a plan unfolds, or how the world responds, he accepts it as it is without losing his center. This kind of emotional detachment makes you powerful. Why? Because you become unshakable. Success doesn't make you arrogant. Failure doesn't break you. Praise doesn't blind you. Criticism doesn't stop you. You're no longer reacting to every little thing that happens. You're acting from a place of grounded clarity. When you detach from outcomes, you also become more present. You stop living in the future, constantly worrying about what-ifs. Instead, you focus on the now, and that's where real power lives. You enjoy the process. You stay calm in uncertainty. And even when things don't go your way, you walk away with your head high, knowing you showed up with integrity. Let go of the need to force life into a perfect shape. You are not here to control everything. You're here to grow through everything. That's real stoicism, and that's how you stay unbothered in a chaotic world. In a world that constantly tries to pull you into chaos through noise, distractions, disrespect, and unpredictability, the real flex is peace. Not the kind of peace that depends on silence or comfort, but the kind that lives inside you no matter what's happening around you. Being unbothered doesn't mean you're cold or disconnected. It means you've developed a deep understanding of yourself. You've trained your mind to focus only on what truly matters. You've learned how to respond, not react. You've embraced solitude, silenced your ego, and chosen calm over conflict. You've mastered detachment, not as a weakness, but as the highest form of strength. And the truth is, the world respects a man who cannot be shaken. If you want to thrive in today's world, as a man, as a leader, as a creator of your own path, you must become this kind of individual. Not loud, not emotional, not easily provoked, but centered, disciplined, stoic. Because when you master your inner world, nothing in the outer world can break you. If this message resonated with you, don't just scroll past it. Subscribe to Stoic Mindset, where we go deep into the philosophies and mental frameworks that forge unshakable men. Whether you're navigating life's chaos or building unbreakable discipline, this channel is your ally. Stay calm, stay focused, stay unbothered.